This is the unboxing of a very impulsive Chanel bag purchase. Hi and very welcome! My name is Mary, this is my channel LuMi Level Up, and I'm a luxury lover on an average income trying to be more mindful with my money, which in this case I didn't manage too well because I did purchase a Chanel bag. For my defense, I have to say this was an incredible bargain, which probably is as well why I pulled the trigger so quickly, but yet still it was very impulsive. I hadn't planned this purchase. I hadn't thought it through. I wasn't in the best emotional shape when I purchased it, so cross your fingers that I will love that bag the way I hope to do it, even though this was so impulsive. How to explain the situation? It's not even that easy. I don't know how to start this without making it sound too mysterious or without giving away too much personal information. The day that bag popped up and the day I purchased it, I had not an argument, let's call it a conversation, because it wasn't an argument. There were no of the people that were involved back then present. So I had a conversation about a, let's call it injustice, that took place years and years ago, we could even say decades ago, where a huge amount of money was involved. And it doesn't affect me anymore these days. I hadn't even thought of that instance in years, but whenever I get reminded of it, these very negative feelings, they come back. That happened that day as well, and I got back home. I started scrolling shopping sites, which is not that untypical for me. I scroll and look around a lot, and usually I managed quite well to not just purchase anything when it pops up. Well, that's not entirely true as well, because back in my Vestiaire Collective days, when a very good deal popped up, I very impulsively purchase things as well, because that's what you have to do when a good deal pops up. If you do not buy it right away, it will be sold. But I hadn't purchased that impulsively anymore since I don't shop with Vestiaire Collective anymore, because there are not these triggers that badly that made me think, okay, I have to buy it right away or it will be gone. I managed the entire year to be way better with that, and this Chanel bag is the first one that triggered me to do that kind of behavior again and purchase very quickly, which now reflecting on it I think might be in connection to the conversation and the negative feelings I had that day, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Please excuse me that I have to keep it that vague. It's a very personal story to me and I'm not ready to share that. Hope this does not just make it more confusing. So yeah, to focus more on what's going on here. I scrolled Vintage and Kickz, which is a German retailer that I had mentioned before, because they have the best prices out there for vintage luxury pre-loved pieces. I've mentioned that several times. I did 1 or 2 or maybe 3 videos about them. I love to scroll there and I love to shop there. I did mention before that you have to really check the pictures because they have very short descriptions and they do not tell you everything about the item in the description. So check the pictures for the detailed condition. This Chanel bag said it's in very good condition, but it looked as if it might need maybe a bag shaper because it was a little bit, let's call it out of shape. It is a bag made out of raffia fabric, and I got into a conversation with one of my viewers about another pre-loved reseller. I had a question and then we somehow came to talk about Vintage and Kickz, and she told me that she had noticed that some of the Chanel bags have been painted and that the description doesn't say so. I think that's really not a good thing, because to know that a Chanel bag has been painted, especially a classic flap, you really have to be into the brand and know the leathers and the bags very well to be able to spot it. So I think they definitely should disclose something like that, because of course if you had a beige bag and you painted it black, it might look like new now, but it's not actually a new bag in excellent condition. It's still a vintage bag that might have had a lot of use that just got painted to now look like very good condition again, which is okay. I'm not against painting bags in general. I just think it should be disclosed properly so that everyone knows what he or she is getting themselves into. Because yes, Vintage and Kickz has the best prices I've ever seen on Chanel bags in recent years, but yet still it's thousands. So you should know what you are getting yourself. So that's a little disclaimer I want to put out up front. And now I think we can focus on the unboxing of my impulsive bag purchase. I already gave away now that it is some kind of raffia fabric. I never had seen that bag style before. And when it popped up and I saw that price point, there wasn't much I could do. I quickly grabbed not a ruler, the other thing, the more flexible thing, I don't know the word for it right now. Tape? No. Ein Maßband to check the dimensions to make sure that this isn't a tiny bag, because the price might make you think it is a tiny bag, but it's actually not. It seems to be quite substantial, and the size of the box made me think that as well. So yeah, without any further ado, just let's get into it and let's look at the bag, and then I will tell you the price. And as I mentioned, the condition said very good, but it might be a little bit out of shape, which won't bother me too much because I can get a shaper and I can get the bag into shape. And when I tell you the price, you won't believe it, and I think I'm not the only one that would have impulsively given into it. I already see a dust bag, because it even comes with a dust bag, and I get a bar of chocolate. I might be a little bit biased for Vintage and Kickz by now, because they are super cute ever since I made my first video about them. They keep checking my videos every now and then, and they write me nice things, and they even offered me a coupon once for yet another Chanel bag that I then didn't end up buying because I thought it through and thought it through and thought it through and overthought it and then decided against it. But yeah, I really only made very good experiences with them so far, but I wanted to share the Chanel bag coloring as well that one of my viewers had pointed out to me, and maybe if Vintage and Kickz sees this year, they might consider to add that kind of important detail to their descriptions as well. But I'm getting carried away. So Chanel dust bag, and as you see, it is quite a big bag. It's of course none of the classic bags for that price point, which I'm always referring to the price point but have not already told you what I paid. So what shall we do first? Look at the bag or tell you the price? Let's drop the price first. I paid 445 euro. Where is that even possible? To get a Chanel bag in that size under 500 euro. There was no other thing to do than purchase it. A good thing to report right now, there doesn't seem to be a smell. I was a little bit worried about that because some vintage bags, they do have a smell, and smells are not always disclosed either, but this bag seems to have no scent. And let's look at it. I think I will love this bag for summer. Wow. Oh my god, it's better than I thought. It is very, very, to stay in the terms of trendy stuff right now, it is very quiet luxury, I think, because it is this black raffia fabric. Very understated. The entire bag is completely understated, but there is a very decent Chanel stitching. It has this, struggling for words. How is this material called? I will put it on screen because I obviously can't think of it right now. So a very understated bag. It is a little bit out of shape at the size. This was very visible on the pictures, so I'm not surprised or disappointed about that, and I will just stuff it or even get a bag organizer for it. And then this bag is in perfect condition. It is amazing. Yes, it is very understated, but it is a Chanel bag for under 500 euro. I can't. Let's look inside. Okay, it even has a magnet closure, and the inside looks very, very clean and good as well. It is a made in Italy bag, and I think it's from the 1990s, so this might even be a birth year bag for me. There is the sticker. It doesn't come with the authenticity card anymore, which doesn't bother me for a vintage bag, and it doesn't bother me for a Chanel bag for 500 euro. I think the closure has 4 magnets, or 2, depending on where you count. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how the bag is closed. Inside there are 2 zip pockets on each side. This bag is very roomy. It is just handheld, but I think I can wear it in the crook of my arm as well. Let's quickly check that. Yes, absolutely I can. Of course I can't wear it on the shoulder, but that wasn't a requirement for this bag because I already thought so from the pictures. But isn't this a stunning summer bag? I'm lost for words. So this was a very impulsive purchase, but this is no regret at all. 100% for sure, I'm in love. I didn't think that I would find a Chanel bag at that price point, in that condition, ever again. But these things are possible. And I'm so in love with raffia bags, but I usually have a feeling, raffia and straw bags, but I usually have that itchy feeling of, oh, they are not worth the price point. Yes, I spent nearly 500 euro on a raffia straw bag now as well, but this is a Chanel one, and a Chanel bag for under 500 euro is worth it. I have to shape it a little bit, but I'm not concerned about that. I think I keep repeating myself. I'm absolutely amazed. And I will finish this video here now. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time, and bye! Could we consider this quiet luxury? Or is even a black on black logo too loud for quiet luxury? I don't care. I absolutely love it. I do not really know what to recommend you. Probably I will pick one of my Chanel videos, and here is something that YouTube thinks you should watch next.